All right, we're back on the Real Sports Money Show, going to the Hut Hut Collect segment of the show. And we have an actual very interesting way of collecting cards now. You can even trade cards like you do stocks. Very interesting concept. And we have the CEO of thepit.com to talk about this with us today. Eric Beckerman, welcome to the Real Sports Money Show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So, let me ask you a question. How long have you been collecting for?
I started back when I was 7 years old. Back in 1975 was when I started getting in the collection.
1975. So you've been around collecting for many, many years.
Yeah. When I was, I think I was 1981. Ripe old age of 13, I was selling collectibles at local shows and learning how business worked. So it was not only a fun hobby for me, but taught me a lot about how to run a business.
Oh, and so now you run a business called thepit.com.
Yes.
And what exactly, is it true I can actually trade my sports collectibles similar to the way I trade stocks on the New York Stock Exchange?
Yeah, the Pit.com is a very unique concept. It's been around for about 7 years now, and the Pit.com focuses on the top traded players. So you're talking about the top stars and the top prospects that play all four sports, and their top traded rookie cards. So they're the card that the most people like to buy and sell. And it's offered on the Pit, where you can go in and put a bid or an ask, or you can buy it at the ask price.
So we're talking about market orders, limit orders. You can do the same thing as you would on an exchange.
Exactly. And what makes the Pit.com so unique compared to just buying collectibles on SportsBuy.com or eBay or Amazon or wherever is that when you buy your rookie card on the Pit.com, you have the option to pay a shipping handling fee to receive your product, or what most people do is they just leave their items that they purchase in their account. This allows them to buy and sell virtually. So people that are prospecting right now on a new rookie that might be coming up, like David Price or somebody that's still in the minor leagues, they might be going in and buying up a position within David Price's rookie card, and then when he gets called up and has a few games and the price goes up in value, they're able to sell it without ever having to deal with taking the possession of the item and having to ship it out. They're really doing it all virtually.
So it's similar to having a brokerage account where I buy stocks, I leave my stocks in the brokerage account, and when I want to sell, I just call the broker and say I want to sell, or I can do it online. So it's very similar, isn't it?
It's almost identical, except you're dealing with sports celebrities like Albert Pujols and Derek Jeter, and from Tom Brady to even Wayne Gretzky.
So I can buy a Wayne Gretzky rookie card on the Pit.com.
Yeah. I mean, and Wayne Gretzky obviously is not going to go up or down value instantaneously like some of the current players is because he's retired. So people that choose to purchase the Wayne Gretzky rookie card are usually holding it as a long-term investment, because items like that don't go down even when the stock market's crumbling or the world around us is crumbling. Sports collectibles and high-end sports collectibles hold their own and continue to grow pretty much every year.
So on the Pit.com, so I can buy a blue chip stock, so to speak, such as a Wayne Gretzky or a Jerry Rice rookie card, or I can speculate on a David Price, an up-and-coming rookie pitcher. So it's sort of like a small cap stock. So basically you have, I can diversify however I want to. Now, do you charge any fees? If some of these brokerage firms, I know they charge fees to own an account and so forth. Those little tiny fees that go around.
There are fees when you purchase it and when you sell it, just like you have in your brokerage account,
right.
but they're just much less. On the buyer end, when you make a purchase, it's right around 2.5%, and when you sell,
And if I want to keep the card, if I want the card to be kept with you, it will just be, you will hold it in storage or wherever you hold all those cards. I mean, you must have a nice warehouse of cards.
Yeah, I guess it'd be sort of like if you own gold, you don't actually get possession of the gold. It is held in our vault. The cards are held in our vault warehouse, and only when someone requests possession of it does it then get shipped out to that person. Otherwise, it would just stay in our vault and allow people to trade their positions virtually.
Yeah, that's very, very interesting. You would think, and basically the market's tied to the sports market and has nothing to do with the stock market.
Very, very, very true. So, we saw a huge decline in Manny Ramirez recently. When he got traded to the Dodgers, his most traded car is a 1992 Bowman, professionally graded by PSA in a 10 condition. The card was trading right around $20 when he was with the Red Sox. When he got traded to the Dodgers, price jumped all the way into the low 30s. And since he got caught with the steroids issue, it's dropping all the way down to the $14 and $15 range.
So it's gone.
Right now, it looks like it's bottomed out, and people are coming in and buying it at the $15 level.
They probably figure there's no more risk. I mean, how much worse can it get with Manny? He's already pleaded guilty, 50-game suspension. So you figure the card is bottom, just sometimes similar to earnings reports where all the bad news is already out and it starts a new base. It's very similar to the stocks.
Oh yeah, and you see it the other way where a young kid in Cincinnati named Jay Bruce came up. Card was trading just around a couple bucks. And when he got called up last year, I think it was around August, he just went on a tear, and everyone could tell he's going to be a top player in the league for a long time. And card shot up to $14, $15. So that's just that it doesn't do that over time. That does it in a few days. I mean, that's when the player gets hot like that. There's just so much demand that the items just really jump in price quickly.
So that's very interesting. So I mean, in a way, I could actually invest now in sports collectibles as part of my portfolio. Keep them, watch the players as they go up and down, or just keep them as long-term investments. What do you think is the recommendation? Who do you think's a up-and-coming star that's cheap?
Great question. Obviously, David Price at the beginning of the season was Evan Longoria, who's just been on a tear, and his cards have already jumped in value 30, 40, 50%. Then you got a lot of good prospects down in the minor leagues right now. Matt Whiters, Orioles catcher. He's a very highly speculative kind of guy who I believe will get called up sometime this year.
So basically, if he gets called up, that card would probably jump up just on him getting called up.
Yeah, you definitely do see that. You definitely see people running into to a position when a player gets called up. If that player performs instantaneously, that price just continues to skyrocket. If he doesn't, then the price declines. There was a guy named Matt Laporta who got called up. You saw his prices jump, but hasn't got much time, so prices came down. Luke Hockivore, who was just on fire down for the Royals, he got called up. Prices just skyrocketed 300% pretty much overnight. Just got shelled in his first game, and prices just have plummeted since. So,
boy, you talk about this. It sounds like the stock market, up, down, and some of the good ones, I guess, just stay where they are, like Wayne Gretzky or Jerry Rice or
that Joe Montana.
So Joe Montana's rookie card you can buy.
Those are stable and just increase. Maybe give you a 5-10% increase every year. Just sort of.
Well, if someone could get a 5 or 10% increase every year, I think they'd be extremely happy compared to the financial market we're in today, where we don't know what's going on or who's running what nowadays.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, especially as these years go on, it's not like stocks where there's always a million shares of a company. These are not made anymore. They're limited edition, and
So let me ask a question. What player has traded the most on the pit.com? What's been the most volume? You know, everyone looks at volume and charts. You have charts and volume on there as well?
Yeah, great question. I'm sure everyone could probably figure that answer out before I even say it, but it's Barry Bonds. Tremendous appetite for his card before everything broke, and then tremendous appetite to get rid of him once all the speculation and news came out that he was taking steroids. But you still have your fans, so he's still a top traded card, even though he's been retired from the league for a couple of years and isn't in the limelight. But since the Pit inception, it's without question Barry Bonds is by far the most traded player.
So you think if he comes back to baseball, let's say like the Yankees pick him up as a DH or some team just picks him up as a designated hitter, that would probably make that card jump.
You know, as soon as you get traded to the Yankees, it automatically makes
Yeah. Oh yeah, I could imagine. Yeah, the Yankees or the Mets or the Dodgers. I would think that would the star power.
Yes.
More media attention.
It's pretty amazing. You just have to say the word Yankees. Just speculation that's the Yankees, and
so it's sort of like a bet on earnings, mergers, acquisitions. Same thing as stocks.
Yep. Well, and what's sell on the or buy on the rumor, sell on the news, and you actually saw that when Bonds broke the home run record, Hank Aaron's home run record. Prices skyrocketed prior to him breaking the record, and then once he broke the record, the prices plummeted.
So all the good news, there couldn't be any more good news because all the good news was out.
Yep, and I mean it was just so ironic to see that happen in the sports collectibles world, where it's so true. You buy on the rumor, sell on the news, and as soon as you hit that home run, I mean, just literally overnight, just plummeted.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Eric Beckman, thank you for joining us on the Real Sports Money Show. You could visit him at thepit.com, thepit.com, which will be on the website at www.realsportsmoney.com.